What is going on, guys? Donovan here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Now, as you guys have probably heard, MOPAR Insiders has reported that Dodge will be producing a wide-body Charger for the year 2020. Now, this is super exciting news, not only because the Charger is finally getting some love, but also because they hid a little more information in there as well. I'll go ahead and put up a screenshot, but basically in the article, it talks about how we shouldn't be expecting the 7-liter 426 cubic inch engine that everyone has been raving about for the past couple of months. Now, for the past year or so, even a little, probably more like a year and a half, Dodge has been teasing the 426. You've seen commercials, which I'll go ahead and put up on the screen. Obviously, you have the release of the Hellephant a couple of months ago that drove people crazy. And then clearly you have all the news that insiders, quote unquote, like this decide to put out. Now, there are numerous reasons why you shouldn't expect the 426 to come into production, but I will go ahead and lay a couple out that I personally think are prominent, and then if you get a chance, I'd like you to go ahead and comment why you think it will or will not come into production in the comments once the video's over, but let's get into it. Now, one of the biggest reasons that I think that Dodge won't release this thing to the public is the fact that at the end of the day, they're already producing limited run 800 horsepower cars that can't even put the power to the ground, and people are already looking at those like they're ridiculous. Those things are already pushing the limits, and for people to expect them to go ahead and produce a whole new 200 more horsepower engine on top of that and plop it in a car that normal people can just go out and buy on the street is kind of ridiculous sounding to me. The amount of R&D and price that goes into creating an engine that's that much stronger than even 700 horsepower, it's a lot of work, and it'll put a pretty big financial burden onto FCA. Now, of course, there's also the argument of emissions. People are ignoring the fact that auto regulations are getting stronger and stronger by the year. The longer Dodge waits to put a 426 supercharged engine into production, the harder it is going to be for them to have it pass emissions. Not only that, you have to look at it from a gas mileage perspective. I'm a lover of big American V8s. I love these cammed cars that make a ton of noise and they sound so beefy and they've got a ton of low-end torque. But when you have a 7-liter supercharged engine, you can pretty much say goodbye to gas mileage. Like I'm estimating that you'll probably get 7 to 9 miles per gallon with that engine. It just doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, gas is not cheap. And an engine like that is incredibly inefficient, and to a degree, a smaller, higher boost engine would actually make more sense. Of course, you guys have also heard, this ties into the emissions thing as well, that Dodge rumored that they are going to start moving the platform for the Chargers and Challengers over to an electric platform. I'll go ahead and post a screenshot of an article here as well, so you can go ahead and read it if you want. Link is also in the description. But it says in the next coming years, Dodge plans to at least electrify parts of their vehicles. It says here that what it won't be is a 707 horsepower V8 supercharged engine. That means they'll probably be at least partially electric, which once again kind of means that they're not just going to come out with the biggest and baddest engine that they can. Like, they're not just going to create the biggest possible engine and just slap a supercharger on it. They're going to try to make it more efficient, and I'm sorry to say it, but 7 liters is not efficient. So at the end of the day, if you go ahead and tie in the information from the article from MOPAR Insiders to the past info about Dodge moving to an electric platform, the timeline just doesn't add up. We're starting to get into the 2020s when we go ahead and look ahead for what Dodge has in the future for their cars, and 2020 doesn't look like a good place for a 7-liter V8 engine. I think what the close future has in store for us are the engines we currently have, and then a movement towards smaller, more efficient engines, and unfortunately a diversion away from big American V8s like we're hoping for. Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry if you are disappointed that I personally don't think that the 426 will make it into production, but I'm just going off of the timelines that we have been given and the fact that federal regulations are getting stricter and stricter by the year. So these are my predictions. Of course, they are not facts. They're completely going off of rumor articles as well that we have been receiving, but of course, like I said in the beginning of the video, please leave your comments on what you think is going to happen with this 426 engine, if you think it's going to make it into production, or if you think it's just going to be something that we dream about. Anyways, Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.